Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Talking Halos. I'm your host today, Jared Timms, and I'm joined alongside my co-host, my partner in crime, Nate Green. Nate, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Jared. Finally getting over that Mariners series. So we are past that, thankfully. It's over with. And
We're not here to talk Angels baseball. We know this already. And we don't talk Angels baseball on this Angels podcast anymore. Wait until the offseason, then we'll talk Angels baseball, though we do have an incredibly fun offseason planned. We're getting that rolling. Just want to let you know it's going to be very, very similar to last year, but
we're on to Detroit.
A lot more people. Yeah, on to Detroit.
We're on to Detroit. Where's Bill Belichick when you need him? Just say we're on to Cincinnati.
All right. Football season. We're not here to talk football either. If you want to go check out our sister podcast, you can. It's Rams Talk. Button heads, but no, Nate's still wrong sport again. Try again. We are going to talk a little bit of AL MVP today. Nate, I know you have a little bit of a different view. Not even that I do actually, but that a lot of people do. But I am going to end up taking the good guy route here. You're going to take the bad guy route. I can already tell a lot of people are going to hate you on this one, but a little Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge talk. First thoughts, Nate, give it to me. Who's winning the MVP? Don't say it.
Aaron Judge in a landslide. It's not close. It really isn't. Aaron Judge has been the best hitter in baseball by far. He's having to do it in New York, which big market, something Shohei hasn't had to do. And I know you're going to bring up the pitching and the hitting and things like that, but Aaron Judge is winning baseball games, and he's got the most RBIs, the most home runs. He's on pace to break Roger Maris's home run record. Again, something Shohei Ohtani will not do this year. And you can't even argue that Shohei Ohtani has less ABs than Aaron Judge. They're roughly about the same in at bat. So yeah, Aaron Judge on a landslide. I mean, this guy's playing center field as well. He's not playing a core outfield. He's playing center field.
You don't have to.
I'm just saying he's playing center field on a division-winning team. He has changed positions at age 30. He has gone from right field to center field. He has played outstanding in center field. He has been the best hitter in baseball. He runs the bases well. He just has been the total package this year. I'm hoping he hits 62 homers, at least. I want to see him break the record.
Coming in guns a-blazing here on me, huh? I didn't even get to all right, go ahead and follow this podcast wherever you're listening to. I didn't say it. You just went guns a-blazing on us here. So, Nate, I'm going to let you think about this question. Think about it real long and really hard. All right. I give you about a minute here while I do the introductions. Think about it really long, really hard. You got 60 seconds. Babe Ruth or Roger Maris. All right, guys. So if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and follow us on all of our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Nate, continue thinking for me there. You have a very bad answer in your head. I already know. Go ahead, guys. And if you could follow myself on Twitter, Jared_Timms, Nate on Twitter, NateGreen34. Subscribe wherever you are listening to this podcast, Apple, Spotify, as well as YouTube. What's going on there? YouTube, really do appreciate all the new followers on there and all the interaction. Of course, if you guys are new listeners, drop your name. Let us know where you're from. That's actually kind of interesting. I'd love to know where more people are from that are listening to us. I know we got worldwide. I know a lot of people watch us and listen to us, but really love to know where everybody is actually doing it from. So go ahead and do that below for me if you can. And of course, guys, if you're on YouTube, stick with us. If you are on listening to us on any of our radio stations, I guess we can call it, Apple Podcast, all that fun stuff, give us 1 minute to pay the bills. So Nate, all right, I gave you about 60 seconds to think about it. It's an easy question in principle, the way that I set it out, whether Babe Ruth or Roger Maris. It's a very easy question. Because it's Babe Ruth.
It's still Babe Ruth. There's no way it's not Babe Ruth.
Okay. However, I don't disagree with you so this is why this is so difficult to me. And I do agree with you. I think that Aaron Judge ends up winning the MVP. Though we still have a lot of baseball left, I'll tell you that. However, we are seeing the best offensive season since Bryce Harper, 2012, 2013, whenever it was. Probably one of the best since then. And most of you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, Mike Trout." Bryce Harper had a better offensive season than him. I'll say it, just as much. We're seeing as the best offensive season since Barry Bonds, the best clean season since, I don't even know where to look at from there. To be honest, when it comes to the offensive side of things, we can break down some stats and everything here in a few minutes. But on the Aaron Judge side, we are seeing history, and that's perfectly fine. And he's having a fantastic season. However, on the Shohei Ohtani side, we are also seeing history. So that brings me to the question of, and this is, maybe a little bit of a side tangent here. What does MVP actually mean to you?
To me personally, it means the most valuable player on a team. And I think in order,
horrible answer. That's exactly what it means is most valuable player. Now, in
order to win this award, you have to bring value to a team by winning games. I think your team needs to win games for you to win this award. Honestly, I think that if you took Aaron Judge out of the Yankees lineup, they're not in first place right now. You take Shohei Ohtani out of the Angels lineup, big deal. They go from 4th to 5th, maybe. They're still one of the worst teams in baseball. Whether Shohei Ohtani is playing or not, they're still in 4th place. I think that Aaron Judge being off this team completely changes this offense. He's been able to, he's let off, for crying out loud. He has done everything possible for this team. He's played center field. He's let off. He's hit 2. He's hit 3. He hits walk-off homers. He hits game-winning homers. Like, he has just been the guy for that team. And you can say Shohei Ohtani's been the guy for the Angels, but who's been the most talked about Angel the last 2 weeks? It's not Shohei Ohtani, I can tell you that. It's Luis Rengifo. And throughout the year, there has not been one other Yankee talked about more than Aaron Judge. And so I think Aaron Judge is the most valuable player on the year.
We're also talking big time media market. Anaheim is not that. For every 12 reporters, 15 reporters that are in New York, that are on social media, that are throwing his stats out there, there is one of us throwing out Shohei Ohtani stats. So yes, Aaron Judge is getting a lot more of that face time, a lot more of TV time because of winning. And I do agree with you. Like, that is what value brings, is winning. However, it's also the best player as well.
Yeah, but if it was the best player, then Mike Trout would win it every single year, and then there shouldn't be an MVP. Like,
exactly.
If MVP is the best player, you just pick, no matter numbers, you just say, who is the best player in the National League? It should be Bryce Harper every year, right? Bryce Harper is the best player in the National League. If you want to go that route, if you want to go Mookie Betts, that's fine. If you want to go
Anthony Rendon should have been a top 3 MVP candidate in 2020 in the Little League year, but it is what it is. Like, yes. Oh, go look at the stats, Nate. If you want to go by the stat book.
Yes,
2020, go look at it. Anthony Rendon was a top 3 player in the American League. Yes.
In the American League. Yes. In 2020.
Go look. 2020.
In the fake year, he was the top 3 player.
60-game year. Go look.
How many games did he play that year? 40? He didn't even play the last half of the year.
56.
He played 56. It feels like he played like 40 that year.
He was a top 3 player. And he didn't even get any. I don't think he got in the first place vote.
You didn't make the playoffs, and there were 15 teams in the playoffs in each division.
I don't care about the playoffs.
Then what are we playing for? If you can't get your team into the playoffs, then how valuable are you to your team?
Best player.
If you are
the best player, Barry Bonds should have won a bunch. Like, what is a Cy Young? Cy Young is the most valuable player for pitchers. Why don't you call it the MVP of pitching?
It's the best pitcher on the year. The best pitcher on the year based on the numbers.
So then, okay, make a new stat and call it the Willie Mays Award. Or is there a Willie Mays Award already? I don't think there is. Call it the Willie Mays Award. You have the Cy Young Award. You have the Willie Mays Award. The Willie Mays Award goes to the best player. MVP goes to the most valuable player. And that's when you start looking at WAR, because that's what value is. And if you want to put most valuable player,
Judge is still better than better than Shohei Ohtani when it comes to WAR. So it's not even close in that.
I told you I didn't disagree with you. I have to play the good guy at some point. I don't disagree with you. I have to make the argument that Shohei Ohtani is an MVP because he's doing stuff that only Babe Ruth did. Aaron Judge is doing stuff that Roger Maris did. You can hear it in my voice. Roger Maris, fantastic player.
He's doing stuff that Roger Maris dreamed of doing. Roger Maris hit 268 that year. Aaron Judge is hitting over 300 right now.
I mean, the first thing you brought up, those home runs when it came to Aaron
Oh,
Judge.
of course, because that's the Yankees mark for home runs, and Yankees are the standard of the Major League Baseball. They are the team.
Playing
And
in
so,
a little league field. You have time. Hey, I'll look up his splits. You bring up whatever else you want to bring up. But
you
I'll
want
look
to bring up Little League field?
Shohei Ohtani playing on a little league field.
No,
Shohei Ohtani pitching on a little league field.
that should help him actually.
No, it wouldn't help him actually, right?
It should help him. Should give him
on a
less
little league
runs.
field.
If he's not playing on a Little League field, that should help him. He's not playing on a Little League field, so that should help him.
Okay, we're going in different directions with that question.
Well, you said, is he pitching on a Little League field? I hope not. It's going to make it easier for him to get outs.
I'm looking up splits right now.
Aaron Judge has been completely a better player. Shohei Ohtani's doing great things.
That's the thing, though. It's not completely a better player. He's been a better player.
The only thing that Aaron Judge hasn't done is pitched, and like nobody in Major League Baseball can say they pitch and hit except for Shohei Ohtani. So if that's going to be the reason for Shohei Ohtani to win MVP, then what's the point of this? Then why do we even give it MVP?
It's like his rookie season with Miguel Andujar. Like, oh, Andujar was a better hitter, but Ohtani only pitched 50 innings, so we're going to scrap that. It's like, no, he pitched 50 innings. He still pitches. Oh, and he still hits.
But the hitting is not even near what Aaron Judge is doing. Aaron Judge is throwing up a 196 WRC+.
You can say the same thing about Aaron Judge's pitching. Aaron Judge's pitching isn't nearly as close as Shohei Ohtani.
That's because Aaron Judge hasn't pitched. Who knows? If we put Aaron Judge on the mound, he might be 97 with being 6'7". Who knows?
Not giving you that.
We don't know. We'll never know because he won't get on the mound.
We don't know because he's not a pitcher. Shohei Ohtani is pitching and hitting.
And he's hitting 248 with an 805 OPS. Big deal. Byron Buxton's got more OPS than that. Byron Buxton's got better WRC plus than that.
If he's Byron Buxton pitching in a top 5 Cy Young candidate, put those together, you have an MVP candidate.
Yeah, he's an MVP candidate.
Huh? That's all you're asking for.
He's not winning the award. Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball this year. It is not close. It's not.
Also, split wise, I 21 home runs on the road and 25 at home.
So he's been.
I mean, you'd have to dive in and look at expected stats. And I'm not going to go that far into Baseball Savant. But yeah, no, 100%. I mean, when you're looking at stats, I give you this. When you look at the stats, it's hard to vote against Aaron Judge and what he's doing. Like I said, the best offensive season since Barry Bonds, since that Bryce Harper year, since maybe the 60 game season, somebody put up these types of numbers.
The fact that he has a shot to break a record from the New York Yankees is something that is unbelievable.
Oh, like I said, I mean, it's going to be the best. It'll be the best single season. For him, it'll probably be the best single season WRC plus season. Wow, that sounds weird. And for the Yankees, and I don't know this stat off the top of my head, but I'd assume Mantle, maybe A-Rod had a type of season like this, but I don't think he did it with the Yankees. And then you probably again go back to, Ruth or somebody like that. Gehrig might have had a season like this. So yeah, I mean, if you want to look at the history books again to argue against myself here, Judge is putting up a stupid good offensive season. Can we bring up defense or no? Is that not fair?
What defense does Shohei Ohtani play? I mean, that's the same argument pitching wise, right? Like Shohei Ohtani pitches and Judge doesn't. So Aaron Judge is playing center field and Shohei Ohtani doesn't. I mean,
no, I'm kidding with that.
Aaron Judge has been absolutely stupid.
Yeah, not disagreeing with you. I mean, 297, 396, 667, a 196 WRC plus for those who don't know. 100 is the average on that side of things. Is 7.5. Fangraphs WAR, 46 home runs, 90. Let's get the doubles here. 20 doubles, 98 runs, 101 RBIs, 68 walks, 128 strikeouts, 12 stolen bases. He's done it all, and he's on a winning team, which helps even more. And hey, I mean, we're talking about him here in Anaheim, so the media is definitely helping this out as well. So I'll give you that much.
Everybody's talking about him because he's doing things that just haven't been seen in New York in a long, long time.
Yeah, I mean, if you put the Angels in a playoff contention, I'm not saying I'm not. So
yes, if the Angels are in the playoff contention,
playoff contention, Shohei Ohtani is the MVP. Is that what you're telling me?
it looks a lot closer. I still think it's Aaron Judge. I don't think Shohei Ohtani has hit good enough to win the MVP this year. The numbers aren't even close, honestly. Like the fact that he's a 196 WRC plus, I would be interested to see Ohtani's numbers. Let me pull that up right now. I would bet. What is he like? 130?
He's 260. No, he's 265, 356, 519 with a 143 WRC plus as a hitter. 2.8 Fangraphs WAR. This is just this doesn't include today either. 27 home runs, 66 runs, 72 RBIs, 11 stolen bases. Get down to doubles. He has 17 doubles, 5 triples, 58 strikeouts, 114, 58 walks, 114 strikeouts. So it's same amount of games played, I think, as well, by the way.
Roughly, yes.
Yeah. But I mean, you also look at the pitching, and he has a chance to win Cy Young this year as well. So
he's not in the top 3 in Cy Young either. If we want to get into that conversation, he's not.
We won't, because I know how you feel about that.
He's not.
He's not. I know. I agree with you.
Dylan Cease has been the best pitcher in the second half. Justin Verlander has been the best pitcher throughout the year, and Shane McClanahan has been the best pitcher from start to finish. So
I give you the best. I give you there's top 3 guys. He's the fourth best pitcher in the AL this year. So
sure, fourth best pitcher.
117 innings, 20 starts. Average fastball velocity of 97.4, 3.7 Fangraphs WAR, 2.69 ERA, 2.48 FIP. He's gonna get Cy Young votes as well. So
the one thing that sucks for him pitching wise is he's never gonna qualify for anything.
No, he's not. Which
hurts. You're gonna look at stats and people are gonna be like, oh, Shohei Ohtani had a good year on the mound. It's like, why isn't he in the ERA leaderboard? Why isn't he in the strikeout leaderboard? Why isn't he in the win leaderboard?
I mean,
it's because he's not going to throw enough innings to get on those boards.
No, 165 strikeouts, 28 walks. Like, he's stupid. As good as this is gonna sound weird because the WAR is so different. But as good as Judge has been hitting, Ohtani has been half of what he's been.
Sure.
Pitching wise.
Yeah. But offensively, he hasn't been half of what Judge has been offensively.
Now he's been 40%. He's still missing that 10%. So I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. I told you you're going to play the bad guy here. Everybody's going to hate you on this one, by the way.
That's fine. I mean, I stand on being fair to everyone and not biased towards the Angels. That's why my win total is never 95. Like some people, it's fair. No, and 76, like I've been saying. Yeah, so I don't care, honestly. Like I love to see Aaron Judge. I got to work out with him a couple times, so I love rooting for that guy. He's unbelievable. He's a freak of nature, biggest human being ever. And doing things that like just don't make sense. Like the 6'7", 200 and what is he? 260, 282 pounds, 6'7", 282, and he's playing center field, and he's got more stolen bases than Shohei Ohtani, and he's got more home runs than Shohei Ohtani, and he's got more RBIs than Shohei Ohtani, and more runs. Oh, and he's been leading off half the time too. I mean, Shohei Ohtani led off for a little bit too, but you can't use that as a card against him saying,
you can use the cop out that that Shohei Ohtani has nobody batting behind him. Who does Aaron Judge have batting behind him?
Depends on the night.
Exactly.
It does, but it helps. Winning games solves a lot of problems, and
having people batting behind you solves a lot of problems when you're not the only guy. I mean, you have no offense, but you have Luis Renifo batting behind you right now.
Hottest guy in baseball, according to Angel fans.
He's been super hot.
Hottest guy in baseball, according to Angel fans. So.
Yeah. Side note there. But again, Luis Renifo, or do you want?
Yeah. What was Ohtani doing when Trout was healthy? He wasn't producing when Trout was healthy, and Trout was hitting behind him.
That's. Do we have to get onto this?
You brought up who was hitting behind Aaron Judge. So I'm going to say Mike Trout was hitting behind Shohei Ohtani, and Shohei Ohtani was struggling. the worst Shohei Ohtani has looked this year is when Trout was batting behind him.
Fair. I give you a fair there.
So if we're going to talk about like, oh, Shohei Ohtani needs protection.
Shohei Ohtani needs protection, and then Mike Trout needs protection, and then Anthony Rendon needs protection. So,
and Aaron Judge is just mashing baseballs no matter who's hitting behind him. I mean, you're going to act like the Yankees haven't had injuries all year long. I mean, they've had it. You know, Rizzo's been hurt. Stanton's been hurt. They trade for Harrison Bader. He goes down. Joey Gallo was not even a person all year long. You go through DJ LeMahieu's been banged up. I mean, you go through that roster and a lot of their starters have been banged up. Aaron Judge just keeps playing games and just keeps hitting homers. He doesn't care who's playing behind him. He knows he's going to be Superman in the outfield, make some plays for him, and he's just going to come up big. I think that's been the biggest thing that I've seen from Aaron Judge this year. It feels like every time he comes up in the ninth inning, he is doing something that they need. If they're down by 1, he's walking, stealing a base, and scoring a run. If they're down by 2, he comes up with 2 guys on, hits a 3-run tank. I mean, it just feels like he's been absolutely clutch all year, like frustratingly clutch, where like every time you look, he's walking something off or giving the Yankees the lead somehow, which I think also plays into it. It's hard to be clutch when your team's not winning games. It's really hard to be clutch when your team's not even close to winning games.
You can't do anything when you're not winning games. I agree with you there. And again, if the Angels were sitting at 500, or if the Angels were
in the Orioles spot 1 game out, this would be a lot closer race. I don't think it's close. Honestly, I think maybe Shohei Ohtani gets 5 of the 30 votes for first place. I think Judge gets the other 25. That's how lopsided I feel this thing is right now.
I think you're gonna get a lot, and you have to remember this is where it becomes.
You're also going to have the East Coast media who's just going to absolutely stuff that ballot with Aaron Judge.
Well, yes, I agree, and you're also going to have the old school ballot voters,
and they're still going to vote Aaron Judge because he's going to break Roger Maris's record, and the old school ballot people are going to be
they're going to look at it and be like, do I care about Roger Maris's record? Do I care this guy's doing something for the first time since Babe Ruth?
They're gonna say that Shohei Ohtani's offensive numbers were the worst last year it was the worst average from an MVP in Major League Baseball history. So you think that the voters that look at statistics, that are the old school voters, are going to take into account that Aaron Judge is not the best player in baseball this year?
I'm just saying.
He got 30 votes last year.
This is the only argument that you have.
30
Babe Ruth
votes.
Or Roger Maris, man.
No, it's not Babe Ruth or Roger Maris.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
no,
it is.
No, because Aaron Judge is hitting way better than Roger Maris hit that year. The only thing that is comparing Roger Maris to Aaron Judge is the home runs, which if he beats Roger Maris in home runs, this isn't even close. He could win 29-1.
He still has to beat him. Again, if he hits 65 home runs, I think he's winning it no matter what. If he hits 60 home runs, I think he's winning no matter what.
Yeah, but if he hits 62 home runs, he might win this thing 30-0. That's how impressive the 62 home runs is. And you're calling this a dead ball year. Everyone is talking about how bad the baseballs are this year and how there's no pop and this and that with the baseballs. He could break a record for most home runs in New York Yankee history. New York Yankees going all the way back to the early 1900s. Early or late 1800s. And he's going to break a New York Yankee record in a year that we say the baseballs are no good. That's unbelievable.
I got nothing good for you there. I never did disagree with you. I had to try to play Shohei Ohtani. I think that Judge is going to win it. But again, you look at it and I think it's a lot closer than you are making it out to be. I don't disagree. I think Judge is winning it, but I don't think it's Judge running away with it quite yet. Ask me again in a month. If Shohei Ohtani stays this hot and finishes with 35 home runs and 15 wins, I don't even know if he gets 5 more starts, but he finishes like that, it's going to be tough to, like I said, it's going to be tough for Judge to run away with something like this, especially with Ohtani pitching the way he is. I'm just telling you, you can say as many home runs as you want. I'm letting you know it's going to be tough for Judge to run away with it. I don't disagree with you, but it's going to be tough for Aaron Judge to run away with it. So, Nate,
he's going to win 5 more starts
I don't know how many more starts he's got. I mean, at one point, the Angels were like 7-30, and they won 5 of those 7 games where Shohei Ohtani starts. So,
but that doesn't mean he's getting the win in those starts.
No. I think he was. I think you got wins in like 4 of them or something like that. That's how like stupid it was. And then he ended up he was. That's when he got really hot pitching wise. Like, I mean, he's been good ever since then. But again, you look at what he's done, and it's not a run. It's not. He's not. Judge is not running away with anything quite yet.
Fangraphs has Shohei Ohtani as a negative base runner this year.
Why are we looking at? I don't care.
I'm just saying the fact that Judge is positive in everything.
His negative base running has nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with the situation that the Angels have put him in.
So Shohei Ohtani ran hard the other day when we were at the game.
No, I don't disagree with
you. Okay, so that
has nothing to do with his negative. I don't even know. Tell me what base running stats are, Nate.
I wonder what it is.
Exactly.
But all I know is Aaron Judge has been positive in everything this year. And when you're doing stuff in New York, everyone talks about it. He's going to win this thing. It's not even close.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying.
Oh, runs above average, includes stolen bases and caught stealing. He's been caught stealing quite a bit.
Yeah,
so that's probably
putting guys in certain situations. We could have actually added another stolen base if they would have listened to us on Saturday, but besides the point. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Listen to a little bit of baseball banter here. We're super excited to have Mike Trout back in the lineup. Maybe talk a little bit more Angels baseball. We're rolling down the road here with Mike Trout back, but again, I know it's been tough. So we'll see you guys all on Monday. Of course, don't forget to subscribe wherever you are listening. Again, YouTube, let us know where you're listening from as well. We'd really love to know where you're watching us from and see what's going on in your part of the world. If you could, go ahead and follow us on all of our social medias, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can follow myself on Twitter, Jared_Tims, Nate on Twitter, NateGreen34. And guys, thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day.